my whole philosophy is the idea that design is about being people together and that we're never alone in the process, even if we are working alone. You know, we should connect with other creatives, be it other product designers or architects, graphic designers, and try to be stronger and more powerful together. And that makes the process more fun and enjoyable when working as a designer. And that is what I have tried to do at the start of my company when I was working alone, to always collaborate with other designers, and then eventually I built my own team by hiring my own people. I think it's important, to have a source of learning outside of school. For me, it's like I learned a lot from this factory that I met. So the people there became like my new teachers. So for other people, they do internships and maybe they develop a relationship with the owner of the studio. Some of my friends have done that. I still have friends from these old internships back in the day, and I think it's important to create a network of friends or designers that you can then share. It's important to have mentors, it's important to have people that you teach, and it's important to have contemporaries who are like at the same level as you and you can bounce ideas and share. Early on in my career, it was my university professor, and he was the one who always lent me design books, and that like exposed me to a lot of knowledge. He is a very important person in my career. Christian gave me my first like A or A+, I don't know, and I was shocked when I saw that, because I thought that, okay, so looks like I can be good at something, and also he helped to nurture my interests, and he made me believe that I could actually do it. I mean, I had other teachers actually that were like, in the university, who told me to give up doing design. At the end is you decide who you want to listen to, and a lot of students, myself included, when I was a student, procrastinate to not finish a project. There's too many options, so the students get blocked and they don't know how to proceed. But it's in some way a procrastination of decision making. I think it is very important to learn to be decisive so that you can finish the project on time or even early. If you finish the project and you find that the opportunities to commercialize the project is limited, maybe it's just not the right moment yet. I mean, I'm still always looking out for opportunities to commercialize projects that I designed 2, 3, 4 years ago. If I meet the right company, then I will say, oh, I have this project that's perfect for you. Of course, I don't tell them that I designed it 5 years ago. I will just say that I have a great idea and I think that this could really suit your company. And then I show it to them like as though I designed it yesterday, At least for me, because I work as an independent designer and I collaborate with brands, so that is my model. But some designers, they would just produce it themselves. Like in the American design industry, a lot of the furniture designers, they just take the product to market themselves. They don't even bother looking for manufacturers. They just find a factory that can produce it and then they sell it themselves. They build a company based on their own designs, and they are very successful as well. We started in the final year of school to start this kind of design collective. After I graduated, or after we all graduated, we all did different internships. So we were all doing like different things, but in the night time or in the weekends, we will always be working on this project of ours. But it was only a few years after graduating that we were all able to do it full time, to 2016. And then we decided that it was time to separate, that we had an office in Barcelona and in Singapore. So like it was a bit of a painful process to restart again, because nobody knew myself as a designer. They knew the collective name. So I had to find a totally new set of clients. That's where I met Ariake and different brands, but I wasn't showing, I was just visiting the fair. And that's how I met this Japanese company. But they were the only Japanese company in that fair, so I was curious. They were kind of duped by the fair organizers to come. I think they offered them a special deal for 3 years. So they said like, but we have to show here again next year, so why don't you design a collection for us, because we have no success here. I think you can turn opportunities your way. Sometimes the client give you a brief, but they don't really know that that is exactly what they need. So like sometimes you have to question the brief, and you receive the brief and you say, but is this really what you need? And if you are sure that it is not what they need, then you have to convince them that they need something else. If I accepted that brief, Ariake would not be called Ariake. So they needed a new website, a new name, a new story, and new photography, new catalogs. So it was a big project, yeah. So I kind of created my first client that way. No, I mean, my focus is to grow Origin into a bigger brand. In terms of scale, I want the sales to be good. I want to be a more sustainable business. I want to design more for my existing clients. You know, like B&B and Herman Miller. I don't want these projects to be the last projects. I want to continue and to still have more designs with them. I don't need to have like a lot of new clients, because it's very easy to do 1-2 projects with a company, but it's very difficult to do 5 or 10 over a number of years. Because then they need to really trust you, and because for companies also, it's for them more exciting to have new designers, you know. So for them to come back to you and to work with you long term, it also it's the next step and the next challenge, yeah. A lot of times the design project takes 1 year to 2 years. Not every part of it will be handled by me. We all share different roles and responsibility, and it also depends on who is free at the time. But of course, design is often the part that everybody wants to do in a studio. So it's also important to balance such that every member of the team gets to do some design. When you're dealing with failure, it may seem a big deal to you now, but if you look back 5 years, it's just going to be a small bump in the road. So, I mean, you should always look at your life in blocks of, be it 2 years or 5 years. If you take a 5-year perspective on things, then you are more goal-driven. And if this failure is like a really big failure, if you look at it from a 10-year point of view, it's not going to be a big failure. Yeah. I think for most designers, and also for myself, is like we want to create products that can be on the market for a long time and hopefully be a part of design history 100 years from now. So it's like that is really my goal of being a designer, like to create products that will have meaning to people after my lifetime. Yeah. I just keep trying to create these type of products, and hopefully some of them will be remembered. Yeah.